onto Devers with the Giants. That's coming up in just a little bit. But first, Jay, how does Kyle Shanahan go from, yep, no doubt Jake Moody's going to be our kicker next week, to on Tuesday, he's releasing him? Not saying it's the wrong decision. Not saying it's the wrong decision, because when you look at Jake Moody's numbers over 32 games in the regular season, he hit just 74.2% of his kicks. They did bring in Eddie Pinheiro, veteran kicker for the Bears, Jets, Panthers, played in 70 games. He's in there for a workout today, a tryout today. But I thought Shanahan was going to stick with Moody. He made the right decision. But here's the question, Jay. What took him so long? First of all, when you saw what happened the other day, 916-339-1140, your chance to weigh in on this. When you saw Moody the other day, the block kick wasn't his fault. That was poor protection. But if Kyle Shanahan can get rid of Jake Moody after one missed kick, because I'm going to say it was one because the block not counting, he was on thin ice before the season even started. Why even run him back to start the season, Jay? I think we all agree it's the right move.
Yep.
But damn, what took you so long, big fella?
Banana in the tailpipe. And we all fell for it. He's going to be back. Nope. And, they probably – it's easy. And one thing about Shanahan, Whitey talks about Kyle, he'll talk to you square, dead in your face.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow will be something completely different. He doesn't mind lying. He doesn't mind, getting out there and playing the coach role. I think it's the best move. It's the right move. We talked about it yesterday. I think Jake Moody needs a change of scenery. Why it did not happen heading into the season, the only thing I always say is follow your nose, which is follow the money. Maybe something in the contract stated that, if we cut him prior, and I looked for this earlier today to make sure I wasn't missing anything. We know certain dates on the calendar. You can let a player go and don't have to eat so much salary and dead money and have to pay out so much money. I couldn't find anything that said that. And of course, it's only week 2. Mm-hmm. But I think it's what we saw on the sideline and what we heard from Pam Oliver, which you brought attention to yesterday. The players looked around and start kind of having a problem. And maybe they did heading into the offseason. Maybe they were all focused on, week 1 and coming together. But it's different. When the lights turn on and you under that spotlight, Drapes, and you go out there and you banging shoulders and heads for so many minutes a game, and then everything goes on the leg of the kicker and they missing 27-yarders, it's a problem. And I'm pretty sure, and I said this to you yesterday, if I'm a player who's not a captain, I go to my captain and say, something needs to be done. We need to have a conversation, and you are the extension of us players. Cap, I'm going to need you to go talk to Kyle, Lynch, York. I don't care if you got to call Eddie, DeBartolo. Something got to change.
Something got to
change.
So the Jake Moody era, last two plus years, and when you look at the numbers, just 74.2% of his kicks he converted. I thought he was A-okay his first year, rookie year. He was okay. But he regressed last year, and it became mental, like Jay said, 100%. Now they're holding tryouts, auditions for kickers. Looks like Eddie Pinheiro is the clubhouse leader, 70 games. He made 88.1% of his kicks with the Bears, Jets, and the Panthers. So maybe he's the answer now that Jake Moody is gone. But damn, Jay, you invested a 3rd-round pick.
That thing, bye-bye, brother.
It's
over.
It's like, I play fantasy football.
That's an old lineman.
That's it, right? That's an old lineman.
And the 49ers need it.
And you needed it. You could have got a kicker in the 5th round, 6th. It's
get one off the pine.
Off the pine. Yeah, go ahead.
Real fast before you move on. Before you make your point. Can I throw this in there for you?
Yeah.
Because I think you might be going a certain way. How is it we're having tryouts the second Tuesday of the NFL season?
Right.
When you knew,
shouldn't you already have somebody?
Man, you should have had a Rolodex as long as a scroll. And I don't care if Jake Moody, if you had to go put Jake Moody on the side field where Jimmy G was practicing, or you had to go put these other kickers on the side field where Jimmy G was practicing. I don't give a damn if he had to put them in the middle of Great America, Kyle Draper, and had them practice. And try out with kicks. It is foolishness. It is truly malpractice that you didn't have a list of at least 10 guys who you know are in shape. You have their phone number, their agent phone number, their assistant phone number, their significant other phone number, their mama's phone number, and everybody else to get in contact with them. Because I would have said as soon as Jake Moody hits one up off the upright and my captains or somebody come to me, you're on speed dial.
Yeah.
It's malpractice.
Right.
Why is anyone trying out? It's week 2 of the NFL season. You should know who doing what, who can do what by now.
Because you already knew going in.
Man, that's ridiculous.
That this dude was on thin ice.
Yes.
You had Greg Joseph in.
And they cut him fast.
And Matt Mayokum says Greg Joseph will not be the new kicker for the San Francisco 49ers.
Which is fine, Drapes. That lets me know you didn't like what he did, his results, the ill kui, whatever.
Right.
You didn't like something about him, so you got rid of him fast to keep some, other roster spots open during the preseason. But no reason you should be trying out kickers now.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's a cold game to play, but you probably should have had 3 guys at the local Sawyer. Seriously.
Right.
At the local Waldorf Astoria, the W. Just stay across the street.
Just stay ready.
Look,
you're right. And
an externship. We got an externship position ready for you.
And there's so many veterans out there. It ain't no open tryouts, whoever you should know who's available. You should know who's on the waiver wire, who's in the free agent market. That's shocking. 916-339